I let them know. What they choose to do after that, I do not go out of my way to beg anybody for money or to take anything from anybody else. What you do with your money is what you choose to do with your money. If I want to go out and give some dude $500 because he wants to hook up, then that's my money. It's my business at the end of the day.
Girls don't do that though.
But, okay.
If
we
were,
some do. How do you know that women don't do that?
Do.
Okay.
I
do
understand what
some,
you mean, though.
yes, do some do, but if we were like somehow we were able to see the flow of money going from one gender to the other, it would be like 99% of the money flow going from men into women's pockets, not women's pockets into men's pockets.
But that's the thing, is men choose to do that. I do
Yeah,
not.
it's-
force
They're
them,
all
you
her
know?
customers.
And if,
It's their
if it
choice.
really bothers them, then don't you think they would do something else rather than just giving out their money to random women?
But in relation to the TikTok that we're reacting to, this girl, she had news articles about her. She admitted herself to going on 6 days a week. Hold on.
Beatin Cheeks super chatted $69.69. No real girl will ever take an of girls serious unless you know we want to smash. Real women will never look thirsty for validation and never make her man look bad but look good when put in public. So
Look good when put in public, so don't get mad at us. Real men, be ready for me. Yo, Cheeks, thank you for the $69.69 super chat. Really appreciate the support. Hope you had a good Super Bowl, man. Glad that you were able to make it to the show. Yo, Michael, thank you for the sticker. So with what we were reacting to, the TikTok, she intentionally went on all these dates without any genuine intention of actually pursuing these men romantically. She did it intentionally to save money on her groceries, which I think is at best disingenuous.
Then I do agree with you on that. If she did not tell him prior to why she was going out with him, what she was going to do with the money, why she went, then yeah, that's taking advantage. And I feel like maybe they should have connected with each other personally more prior to going out on a date. If you're going to spend money on somebody and it's somebody you genuinely like, then get to know them first. Decide if it's really worth your money. Because I'm not going to waste my money on a man who I know is not worth it, because I work for that money.
Sure. Did you want to come in on something?
Yeah, I do agree, because like she is being, genuine. Like she's not deceiving anybody. So
Her or
her, like,
oh, okay, I thought you were talking about the girl.
Oh no, like there's not a lie, but like the girl, yeah, if she's not being like intentional about it, but she's doing it, then more power to her, I guess. I just can't.
I just want a bit of clarification here. So you said you're like upfront with the guys, correct? But you're upfront in the sense of you tell them you have no interest in them.
shut the
Oops. Did not mean to click that on my soundboard. Oops.
Okay,
I told myself to.
This is how it works. I meet a guy on Hinge, out in public, at the mall, whatever. We exchange phone numbers, social media, they invite me out. If I think they're attractive, I'll tell them prior to. If I don't find them attractive, then, I'll tell them prior to as well. But for me, I do solely go based off personality rather than looks when I'm going out on a date. So when we get there, once I get to know you, I always have a final evaluation at the end of every first date. I'll let you know what I think about you, if I plan on doing it again, how I feel about you, and if this is something we can do or if it's not.
Okay.
I think the bigger issue, though, is men are being programmed since day one, watching Disney movies and Hollywood movies and all these shows tell these guys, hey, even though she says she's a perfect princess and she doesn't want to date you yet and you need to buy her all these gifts, this is what we're being programmed since day one. Like Disney and Hollywood, it's all fake for guys. And guys believe this crap, and that's why they still believe this crap until the point where they're paying you loads and loads of money, right? So I think there's a bigger issue. I think it's the media that guys are being pushed to watch. There's a lot of simping within the media, and we're just getting programmed. So
Go ahead.
Okay, so I actually think that some guys are actually really into buying stuff for other girls.
Men
It's
like
like
to
a
be
kink.
providers.
Yeah, like-
some dudes are
Right?
hella
I mean, you guys
into
don't
that.
seem like you
Like,
like
you
that,
might not
but
seem that way,
other
but
guys do.
I think there are
Take
some
it
guys
for
that really like
example,
it.
They do.
Like some dudes will just ask to pick me up. They'll just ask to pick me up, and they'll be like, hey, let me take you shopping. And I'll be like, okay. And
But who would say no to that?
but who am I to say no?
Yeah.
Like I'll go
See?
out, or even if I'm out on a date with a guy and we're out, like say I see something nice, There's some guys that have just bought it just because I said it was nice, because they thought I would like it. Or there's a purse that I like, I'm like, hey, that's pretty, and then they buy it. But it's all personal preference.
I mean, right. And these are willing clients, I would like to point out. You know, like, this is a business that she's running in a sense. Maybe she's going on dates sometimes for personal gain, or not personal gain, but for personal reasons to get to know someone. But at the end of the day, like, the people that she's working with are her clients. If they're happy to give her income, then so be it. That shouldn't be a problem.
I do agree with what he said when it comes to social media, movies, and things like that some men are programmed that way.
I think actually both men and women are programmed by Disney.
I agree.
Men are programmed. Women want this perfect Prince Charming dude and all this. So,
a girl can dream.
Well, that's where you have
Keep dreaming.
Women who.
I will.
That's where you have a situation nowadays where average women don't want average men.
Yeah. Because
if you're average, you deserve average.
Like social media, it's put it out there to
everybody
give women
wants
a thought in their head that because they have something that someone else doesn't, or they look some type of way, that they should expect more. If you have a personality but you're good looking, you deserve another person with a personality, whether they're good looking or not. Just because you're good looking doesn't mean you could be the shittiest person in the world and look fantastic, but I'm not going to keep a conversation with you. I don't care how you look.
That's another thing for guys as well, as look at the girl, when you're pre-qualifying a girl, look at the brainwashing that's being done to her. So what kind of music does she listen to? Who are her friends? Who is she following on social media? These are all things you have to look at when you're pre-qualifying a girl. So if she listens to Cardi B WAP, does she sound like girlfriend material? I don't know, probably not, right? If she listens to country music or Christian music, it sounds like she might be a good girl, right? Or she just goes to church all the time. So it depends. Like, look at the girl and look at what is brainwashing her, because everyone's brainwashed to a certain degree, right? So like, if when you guys are looking for guys, right, you guys are probably looking for the same thing. Who does he hang around with, right? What's his job? Who are his friends? Things like that. So these are all things girls already look at, and I think it's very important for guys to look at when you're pre-qualifying business partners, and not even just women, but other men in general. Who are they hanging around with? What other men are they around? What music are they listening to? What are they watching, right? I can guarantee a simp is watching Disney movies and he's watching all these makeup tutorials. The dudes who are learning about game and women, they're watching podcasts like this.
Beautiful. Okay, so you mentioned as an exception that there are some men who are into paying for women. The FinDom, financial domination.
Yeah.
That's a very small percentage of men. Very small percentage.
I think it's a small percentage, but I think it also comes from the background, like I said, like how the background they've been raised in. I think that gives that kind of kink. It's also the same for women.
What do you mean?
A lot of women who, I guess.
Can I have you tilt that microphone a little bit?
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little less. Center it. Yep. There you go. Go ahead.
Okay. So women who are maybe born in households where they don't receive a lot of validation, I guess, do end up seeking other forms of validation, like through materialistic means or social media.
Okay. Ah, man. Okay, so you mentioned that it's predatory for wanting to date someone who's younger.
Well, I mean, I think you're taking the conversation out of context. I feel like it would be a little bit predatory for you to date someone who was like just 18, right?
What about if I wanted to date someone who was 21?
I mean, it's kind of in the same vein, but I suppose it's better. I don't know.
How do you define, and I'm going to sort of interrupt this conversation just to get through some super chats because we will come back to this, but how do you define predatory? What's your definition of predatory?
I suppose my definition of predatory would be, I don't know, I feel like this conversation is going to kind of come full circle. I feel like it's a man that sort of wants to take advantage of someone who is younger, more naive. Maybe even not a man, someone who is interested in taking advantage of someone who maybe doesn't have as much life experience, someone who can be groomed or imprinted upon.
So you can say the same thing. Right? So you can say the same thing about women who are going after simps.
You could do.
I guess, yeah. I guess you could say that. I mean, but again, like her relationships with other people are business based.
But is
right?
it predatory?
It's transactional. It's
Is
client.
it predatory for a younger girl to go after an older guy?
Interesting.
Because everybody's saying that an older guy going after a younger girl is wrong or it's not morally correct. But when a younger girl goes after an older guy or an older girl goes after a younger guy, no one has an issue with
Well, I think it really boils down to intention, right? That's what we've been talking about this entire time. So if your intention as an older man to date a younger woman is because you want to be with her and you love her and you want to get to know her and you go to the same church, that's all swell and dandy, right? But if you're a younger woman and you're going after some old dude with a flaccid penis that you know has money, then yes, I would say that that is more predatory.
I definitely think that it's biased on both sides. I think that nobody really thinks a woman can, have bad intentions on a man. And I definitely can tell you from personal experience that I have seen older women pry on younger men because it's just easier. And if anything, I see that more than older guys going after younger girls.
Yeah, you said what was your definition of predatory again? You said it was men preying on...
I said I think it depends on who's taking advantage of who, right? Predatory, I think, like we've been talking about, really relies on intention, It has more to do, I think, with someone trying to take advantage of the other for personal gain, right?
Okay. Sure.